Welcome everyone in this topic, which is the capacitors and capacitance from the chapter electrostatic potential and capacitance. So let's move in this topic. The first question is, what is a capacitor? A capacitor is a device which is used for storing the charges. That means if we want to store the particular charges, we need a particular device. Why the storage of a charges need? Or why we need the actual device which is called as a capacitor. So the main purpose of a capacitor is in the daily life, like the camera's flash. So in camera flash, capacitor stored the electrical energy in a camera flashes and release it quickly when taking the photo, producing the bright burst of a light. Same we will see in the air conditioning. So in air conditioning, capacitors help to start and run the motors in air conditioners and refrigerator also. Same if I'm taking another example, so we have audio system. In audio system, capacitors are used as an audio equipment like a speaker amplifier to filter out the unwanted frequency and improve the sound qualities. So this is a actual, or we have a more than devices or. So this is a particular type of a device which is used to store the charges, and when we need the proper amount of charges, that need of a amount charge they will supply to the conductor. So this is a capacitor. It contains two electrical conductors plate separated by in the dielectrics, that is an insulators. Now next topic we have electrical capacitance or capacity of a conductor. It is the ability of a conductor to store an electric charge of energy. The charge on the plate of the capacitor is directly proportional to the potential difference at two ends of the capacitor. Like Q is directly proportional to the potential applied. If the charges, if the amount of the charges are high, we can say we need maximum potential to store that particular charge. That Q is equals to CV. So C is a what? C is actually capacitance, and the value of a capacitance is a Q by V. Now here the point is that C is a constant. It does not depend on the value of a Q and V. It's a very important point which you have remember for your board examination. The ratio of the charges or the ratio of the created energies in an electrical charge in a system correspond to the charge in its electrical potential. That means if we just taking the ratios of a charge, that is Q1 by Q2 for the system that correspond to their change in the potential, that is a V1 by V. The unit of capacitor is a farad or 1 coulomb per volt. Dimensional formula is C is M-1, L-2, T4, A2. Capacitance is always positive quantity. Symbol of a capacitor is this. So it is represented as a two parallel plates. Now this is a fixed capacitor. If we want to vary the value of a C, so we will use a cross symbol, that is a variable capacitors. Hope you understand the concept and the knowledge of this topic, which is a capacitor. Now we are moving ahead with the purpose of a capacitor. It is used to store the electrical charge statistically and temporarily, means while storing the charges. It also stores electrical energy. It can safely absorb large amount of a charge and similarly release that amount of a charge. That means capacitor can store the charge temporarily, not permanently. What is the use of a capacitor? So it is used in our electrical appliances, as I told you in the earlier, radio set, television sets, computers and other electronic instruments. If I just want to elaborate how many types of capacitors are there. So it will depending upon the shape or the conditions or the conductors. There are parallel plate capacitors, spherical or cylindrical capacitor we have. Upon the dielectric medium, there are electrolytic paper, mica and ceramica capacitors are there. Now if I am just taking the parallel plate capacitor, so it consisting two plain parallel conducting plates separated by a certain distance. The distance between the plates is kept small. So further we will study about this topic in the next session. Till then, take care everyone.